Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to talk about the two comparison video between two vegan plant protein, affordable vegan plant protein, that is the Sparkfusion Vegan Plant Protein and the Carbamide Forte Vegan Plant Protein. So now first of all we will talk about the nutrition value. Now this has 25 gram of protein per scoop and this also has 25 gram of protein per scoop. However, this the scoop size is little bit more of this one. And talking about BCAA, this has 1 gram more BCAA compared to this one. BCAA is essential for muscle building. Then we will talk about the taste. So talking about the taste, if you ask me, both of them have a chocolate flavor, and chocolate flavor in them is good. But this one is more chocolatey. That is the Carbamide Forte one, and where it is less chocolatey. Now talking about digestibility, both of them are good digestible. However, and little bit bloating is observed in both of them. But Carbamide has less bloating, and this one has a little bit more bloating. Now talking about the mixability part, both of them are mixable. However, Sparkfusion, when you mix this, I use this portable blender from Amazon. Sparkfusion, when you mix it now, it forms like milkshake like texture, so it's really good and I prefer this. Whereas this one is also good mixability, but 10% less as compared to the Sparkfusion one. And Sparkfusion gives you frothing and milkshake like feeling. Now talking about muscle building, so both of them have been used for a couple of months, and both of them are equal in muscle building when it comes to muscle building. So the most important part I would like to talk, that is why I prefer Sparkfusion over the Carbamide Forte. It is because of the ingredient list. Sparkfusion has a very clean ingredient list. It has no additive minerals or anything like that. Like this one Carbamide, it has a very added minerals and everything. But the main problem is the in the Carbamide Forte is that the ingredient list. Now here they are adding maltodextrin. Maltodextrin is nothing but extremely processed carbohydrate, and the problem is it has a very high glycemic index, which means that when you eat it, there is a huge spike level in the sugar blood level, due to which consumption of it daily will increase your risk to diabetes. So this is kind of a harmful thing. And also the sweetener used here is artificial sweetener, that is inulin. Whereas in case of this Sparkfusion, we don't have maltodextrin, and the sweetener uses natural sweetener, that is the stevia. So when you compare, when you think about the ingredients now, then I think you should seriously prefer Sparkfusion. Otherwise, both of them are good. But just if the Carbamide Forte guys improve the ingredient list, then both of them are good. Because talking about the price point, also both of similar price. This is 700 rupees and this is somewhere around 730 rupees. So, and for mixing I use this portable blender which I brought from Amazon. Talking about this blender, if you ask me, the first piece I received was defective, so I offered a return and I got this piece. But this is not a very good blender, I would say. Invest more and get a branded blender. So ultimately, if you want a good vegan plant protein for bodybuilding, then muscle building, then I will tell you to go for Sparkfusion. Thank you for watching useful videos.